All right, guys, how you doing? How you doing tonight? This is Samuel just reporting on the America shutdown. I would say actually the world shutdown. Actually, Saturday night version 3:28 in Pacific Standard Time. Right now, currently, what's reported, as you see right now, Saturday night. As last time we reported was on Wednesday was like 400,000 something, but now it's up to 664,608. Looks like it jumped up by uh, 200,000 or something like that. That's pretty high. As you know now, the U.S. is at number one on the chart of the virus. Just gonna call it virus outbreak right now. Um, doesn't look very good. Um, we're hoping that these things will go down, but it seems like the numbers are still increasing on that. Um, so doesn't look good. So as of Saturday night, as you know, the totals are up on that. I'm trying to get you the actual numbers on these things right now as we looking as we speak right now. As you look on the left hand side there, that's the real time as far as what's happening on the numbers of confirmed on the virus that's happening on the outbreak and so forth. This definitely is some serious thing, I would say, on that. I'm not sure exactly how it's impacted in where you are. I know some of us here. Uh, I've talked to some people that's in Norway, people that's in Guam, all different places, and it seems like it's affected everywhere. One person I was talking to was a person in Guam, and he was also isolated and working from home, which I was surprised on there. And yeah, yeah, so it's amazing. Okay, so currently right now, uh, the U.S. is at 124, 388. That's the total. Other worldwide is at uh, 664, 608. The totals are different according to what the Google Maps on, and then currently on the other maps there's because the number keeps increasing, it keeps varying. So as you know, right now the U.S. is at number one on there. Before it was China at 81, 394 or 82,000 or something like that. Uh, China was the first one on there, and then came Italy, and then I think it was other countries. Then it was the U.S. But now, and then it was Italy on top. But now the U.S. I mean, look at the totals on there. 100 U.S. 124, 388, as opposed to Italy at 92, 472, and then China at 81, uh, 394, then Spain at 73, 235, Germany's at 56, 517, France is at 31, I'm sorry, 37,611, Iran's at 35,408. Um, the UK, Britain is at 17,134. Switzerland is at 14,108. Netherlands is at 9,819. South Korea is at 9,583. Belgium's at 9,134. Austria is at 8,280. Turkey's at 7,402. And then Canada, 5,607. And Portugal's at 5,170. Norway's at 4,015, and the list goes on and on and on. Interesting on that. So you can see where the totals are happening on there um, as we speak on there. Doesn't look very good. So just curious as far as where it's hitting you guys on the charts as well on there. Um, I want to look at right now in the different places here, as you can see, as we go directly in the U.S. As you can see here, right here in California, let's see here, there's an alert on the coronavirus here. Let's see here, 6 new cases that are happening currently right now in Los Angeles. I just spoke to someone in Los Angeles. There's definitely a lockdown happening on there. All the hospitals, by the way, are not letting any person visit people down there. Even if you're a family members, they're not letting people in there. I should know on that. So and so that's pretty serious on there. Arizona looks like there was some confirmed cases on there as well. Down here, looks like down in Mexico, there's 2 new cases on there. By the way, there's a new app that just came out from Apple. Just let you know, it's a really cool app on there that you can download on there that actually gives you a screen test if you have the virus. And it's interesting on this screen test. They ask you these questions. Uh, if it's for yourself or if it's for someone else. One thing which is asking is the key parts of these tests. According to the app here, it says that congestion, chest pain. So it's asking if you have any congestion, chest pain, or pressure. And then it says extreme difficulty in breathing, severe constant dizziness or light headness or whatever, kind of like a dizziness or something like that. And then assurance speech, basically, problem talking and because you can't breathe. I just want to get off of there. Difficulty in waking up. So it says that if you have any of these things, you click onto. If you don't, you go. If you don't, you click onto them. So if you have like any of like I guess chest pains, difficulty in breathing, dizziness, something in your speech, difficulty in waking up. So let's say if you have one of them, you submit it, and it says you should call 911 on there. So it's just interesting on that. But also that could be just basically a sign of a cold or a flu. I know that's going on as well. um, because of the weather and everybody has a cold or flu, whatever, stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see. I think a lot of these things could be a common cold that's happening here before this whole thing happened. I'm not sure. So a lot of it could be just a common cold. I'm not sure. Dizziness could be also for some of you people there. It's because you're not drinking enough water. A lot of stress will cause dizziness, faintness, and all this stuff as well. So be aware of that as well. Basically, if you have a fever, I know the fever always indicates that your body is fighting some kind of virus or sickness or something like that. So your body's actually fighting some kind of disease thing. So so that's just a shine on that. Don't get scared if you do have a fever and stuff like that, but just be cautious on that. But usually that's a sign of just your body's fighting off something. So don't freak out. And then these tests say that if you have none of these things, um, for example, I'm just doing this test right now. So you don't have any of that, and it goes on, and it says if you're under 18, you're between 18 and 64. If you're 65 or whatever, You click onto that, you go into the next question. Then they're asking more symptoms. They say fever, chills, sweatiness. Well, again, that's fever, chills, and sweatiness is basically if you're sick. Obviously, if you have a cold or a fever, you're going to have fever, you're going to have chills, you're going to be sweating because your body's fighting off the virus or any virus or flu, whatever. Difficulty in breathing. Breathing again is like if you're having a cough or you have asthma. That's another thing too. Another one is also if it's mold too. If you're in a room that has a lot of mold, you're gonna have problem with breathing and stuff, especially if you're in a smoky room too. Um, Swelling or coughing. Coughing could be also from mucus and stuff like that. Sore throat, obviously that's from a cold or something like that. Aching in the bodies. Well, when you have a fever or your flu or something like that, you do have achings in your body. Vomiting or vomiting, diarrhea. Vomiting could be also something that you ate. I mean, I've had some bad food too, where I threw up and stuff. Diarrhea is actually from some kind of virus or something like that. It means that you need to drink a lot. And then it says if you have none, you just click onto it, and then it goes on again. Chronic lung disease or pregnancy or diabetes disease, heart or cough, kidney, and all this stuff like that. Immune, all this stuff. Basically, I'm not going to go through this whole thing here on this test here, but it's an interesting app to you might want to download on there. But also, I just want to say that the be healthy, guys, right now. Take a lot of vitamin C, take a lot of water. Make sure you brush your teeth. If you're doing oil pulling with the coconut oil, I advise it. Just make sure you spit it out and everything, and brush your teeth, wash your mouth, keep your hygienes. Definitely wash your hands and your face and stuff like that. And if you want to wear a mask, go ahead. I encourage you to wear a mask. Don't be afraid what people think. Hey, who cares what people think? You want to keep yourself safe, right? Um, I never thought that U.S. would be a number one on that, but sure enough, it's happening, and the numbers are going up. They're not going down. So, but I'm thinking it could be the cases of the common flu or whatever is happening on that. Sometimes also it helps too if you're up all night and stuff, not getting enough sleep too. So you will definitely want to get a lot of sleep. You want to keep your body in control and free from all this stuff. Okay, Rhode Island. Here's Rhode Island says confirms first cases, 40 people monitored. Let's see here, British. Okay, BC. They don't have anything yet. North Carolina. It says they have a lineup, but they don't have anything on there yet. Let's see, Kentucky. 4 cases in Kentucky of the coronavirus. Let's see here. This is an interesting app here. And then here, Maine. Oh my gosh, look at Maine. Number of cases in Maine rises up to 89. 89. Wow. I remember I looked in Maine not too long ago, and it was like maybe 1 or 0, something like that. Um, Keep in mind also these numbers. It's because before we didn't have enough tests results and stuff, and now they've got a lot of them, and so now all these numbers are coming in now. That's why. So you could probably imagine some of the communities where you live. There's some numbers increase on there. So Maine, it's interesting on this stuff because okay, so I'm not an expert on this stuff, but Maine is cold. Canada is cold. These different places are cold. When the virus first broke out in China, I was talking to somebody, one of my I guess my sources. I'm going to say my sources said that the area was very cold at the time. So it was like wintry, kind of like in its 40s, 30s, very very cold time, and Maine's very cold. So this seems like in this cold environment, this virus seems to incubate or grows or whatever. but then it brought a doubt because like areas like in Florida, areas in Singapore at the time was hot, and and it's growing there as well. So we'll see when the summer if these things will die down. A lot of people think they are, but I'm hoping that it will. So we'll see. Um, let's see, Toronto. There's some cases there. It's not clarified. Wisconsin. Let's see here. Idaho, Missouri. Here's one in Canada. Canada. You can't see that. Washington, obviously, it was one of the ground zeros where it happened. Right here. Where is this one? This one is in Okay, wow. This is interesting. This is in Montana. Montana has like about 46 cases on there. So, which is interesting because Montana's pretty spread out. It's like Idaho, it's like Wyoming and all this stuff. So, I'm surprised that Montana what numbers would be. Actually, 46 was pretty high on that. But Montana again, it's cold there. I believe it's snowing. I did a uh, interview today on that and showed a screenshot of it. It was snowing on there, so it's cold, but it's 46 cases. Interesting on that. Okay, now going into let's see, we're gonna go into. I think in Africa there were some cases there too. Let's see, first case here in Tongo. Let's see here, another one in Gombo, and then the other one here in Congo. So these are Africa in here, and you know the other places on there, Malta and Siberia. Okay, so on that, so um, interesting on there. So um, I know this is a odd time to be broadcasting, but I felt like I was going to do it. Hey, how's it going, Marie? Hope all is well there. Marie says that military tanks are in California. Ooh, we're in California. Let me know. Let's see. Marie also says that Hungary sure jumped. So there's totals on Hungary. Yep. Looks like there's totals on there as well. Wow, interesting. So let me know, Marie. Where did you see these tanks in California? I'm just wondering on there. Also, there was news on I think it was like 26 cases somewhere in California. I don't have to mention where, but there's 26 cases on there. But yeah, interesting on there here. Okay, so moving on. I don't want to spend too much time on that. So you may be shopping, going to the grocery stores and stuff like that, and then you may see something like this. So people are really getting guarded in themselves. See that person right there? Now this isn't just a ordinary mask, but this is a pretty heavy duty mask. I can see that picture right there. Oh my gosh, this is like some major stuff here. She's got the gloves, right? She's got the toilet paper, the needs on there, and then she's got this. Obviously, she's probably inside her. She's got the mask. So there's like the mask. So she's got the mask, and then she has the protector thing here. Um, so protecting her face and cough. I don't know if she's got an oxygen thing going on here. It looks like it's got connected here, and this other person got a mask. This person doesn't have anything. And keep in mind, this is not in the UK, man. This is like in the US, bro. So this is crazy. So I remember when this first came out, people were just wearing masks. Some people even wear masks because they were afraid to embarrass themselves. But now people are getting pretty intense on there because the numbers are going. So this is interesting right there. So I'm just gonna take that one off because that's kind of scary. All right, another thing I want to share with you here, which is kind of interesting, is now what you're seeing here is a coyote, and this is down in San Francisco, bro. San Francisco. So what's happening is now that everybody is off the streets in San Francisco. Now you got to understand, San Francisco is pretty busy place. You know, there's cars, there's a lot of people, you know, walking around just like New York. You know, very tight place. You can barely find any parking places and stuff like that. So now sources tell me that it's empty. It's like there's like nobody, barely walking in the streets and stuff like that. I think I got one. Check out one of my videos. I did an article on that. So this is a coyotes. They're saying that a lot of these coyotes now are walking around, not afraid to walk around because there's no threats. There's nobody around there. Here's another shot of. Sorry about that. Here's another shot of more coyotes rampant here. Now this is a good shot here. See that? You can see that. I'm gonna blow this up so you guys can see. Okay, now so this coyote here is walking in the middle of broad daylight in the city. The other one here was like up in the park somewhere. I think like Central Park or whatever. No, I don't know the parks very well up there, but that was in the park. And now this is like in the city. This is like probably like in the financial districts. It's like right in town. I'm just walking like it's normal, you know. It just kind of reminds me of the old what is it that um, um, Will Will Smith was in that movie of that Last Man on Earth. Is a remake on that where he's walking and it shows I think it was New York where he's like walking and then it shows all these animals running and then all the vegetation, all the weeds growing and stuff. It's crazy and there's like nobody there. So this is it kind of reminds me of that. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? So here's that coyote just walking in the streets of San Francisco, and you don't normally see these things. You mostly see these things in the park or barely anywhere. You know what I mean? Because they know not to be around where humans are. But also, I just want to. I read something here that said that New Orleans they have a huge problem of rats roaming in the streets now. So the same thing. People are isolated. People are not walking in the streets, but they're having a whole bunch of critters, rats running around in the streets and stuff like that. So that's rats is not a good thing on there. Coyotes not a good thing because if you have small cats, they'll go out and attack them. But so I heard that with New Orleans. So you can actually Google that. They have that going on and stuff like that. So there's rats is not a good thing on there. Okay, yeah, there it is. Let me see if I can find that article here for you. Okay, yeah, it says rats swarm in New Orleans streets as the virus precautions leave people empty. It says that precautions are slowly the rise of the virus. New Orleans has a huge rat problems in Louisiana City with restaurants closed, save for takeout services, and their rodent population is happening. It says the New Orleans, that's famous for Mardi Gras celebration, has brought thousands of people there. Now it's a corner of rats, a lot of rats roaming. That's ew, disgusting. I'm not gonna even show you these pictures on that because it's not worth showing. But rats, no, I don't like rats. So very crazy. Okay, oh, there's my buddies all coming up now. Okay, so oh, okay, interesting. Okay, so Marie says that she saw some military tanks. I believe L.A. Ooh, L.A. Now, speaking about L.A., folks, that reminds me that I was mentioning earlier. I'm going to take these little coyote things off because I'm done talking about them. And I don't like coyotes anyway. So, anyways, what's interesting um, is that the hospitals, the so if you have anybody in the hospitals that are currently in the hospitals, I know because I have a friend that actually tried to visit somebody in the hospital that's really bad, and he was trying to visit this person in the hospital, but they will not let anybody in the hospital right now because they're afraid of contaminating people there and stuff. So it doesn't matter if you're a family. This person's a family member was trying to see this other family member, and they couldn't go. They wouldn't let them go in and stuff like that. So it's a bad time for this thing to happen. And they were telling me that the numbers in LA has gone up. I don't have it total in front of me. Maybe some of you guys do. But they have it pretty gowned down now. She's telling me that seeing military tanks in California and in LA. So that you see it right there. Thanks, Marie. Thanks for the update on there. Wow. Interesting. 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 Wow. Okay, so let's see here. We got Through the Eyes of a Child 61 in the UK in the house. Hope everyone is doing okay out there. Well, I think everybody is currently being quarantined as well. So, like I said, even in Guam, like I spoke to a person that was working from home in Guam. And then also, I just spoke to someone, I believe, on Wednesday and in one of the broadcasts that's being isolated as well there as well. Wisconsin, different places, and so on. Let's see here. Dom Doom says West Coast here. Good job. Thank you. Cool. Ronald says New Jersey is the second worst state in America. I live in southern Jersey. Okay, I used to have a friend that lives in Jersey too. So how is it in Jersey? What's going on? Okay, yeah, Marie just confirmed tanks delivered by rails. Ooh, not good. She's encouraged people to buy food. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Um, it says Ronald stocks up on food on credit card, starving coming. Let's see here. I'll hunt for food. Um, interesting. Interesting. Okay, cool. Very cool. And it says that, all right. All right. Yeah. So I'm online right now. So if you want to chat, let me know too. Definitely want to hear what's happening out there in the world beside me. I know it's a weird time right now for it to happen. So, okay, so Ronald says that it's bad. There's 2,000 cases a day in the stores. The stores are almost, yeah, all the stores are crazy. But it's really crazy. And in California, by the way, the some places the beaches are closed, and then some people there it's a swarm of beaches. A swarm of people in the beaches, just like Florida. And I think I mentioned in that one broadcast on Wednesday that spring break was over and all these people, all the kids were out there, and then when they came back, there were some that were positive that had the virus on there. So there's some, even though the governor mentioned to stay at home and all this stuff, and he brought that out, and some of the beaches are closed and so forth. But you look out, and some people just don't care. They're just doing it. They don't care. They're just not going to listen, and they're going to go out and do whatever they want. Um, and that brings up to my next point here, which I think you guys will find very interesting. This one just one um, very interesting on there. Okay, so what you're looking here, let's bring this up here. Okay, so what you're looking at here is in Hawaii. As you know, right now, they are having checkpoints in Hawaii, so they're taking it very, very, very serious on this right now. In fact, I just read an article just now. There was three people that were arrested. It says three people are arrested for violating Hawaii's stay-at-home orders as the cops set up checkpoints across um, um, Kauai and different parts of um, Hawaii. So in Honolulu and different places on that. So they're actually arresting people who violate um, these orders on there for staying at home. I don't have to show the faces because it's not cool. But some of these people, all it was is two people were arrested. Took place in the town of Waiapui. I can't pronounce it very well. Kamautu. After people disobey the orders to leave the public park. So they were in the public park, probably enjoying themselves, and then it says that the police came and arrested them. It says that in Honolulu, they passed out 70 citations for violating the stay at home orders. So people hanging out in parks and stuff like that. You know, I saw a webcam earlier here in Hawaii, and where was it? It was in Pipeline. And usually it's packed. There's surfers surfing and stuff like that. And looking at it, the webcam, it was like nobody was out there. It was like nobody, which is unheard of. So so there's a some major stuff happening there, checkpoints and stuff like that, and so they're getting very strict on this. So it's just a matter of where else they're gonna do these things. So there's some people that were working out in the parks and they just arrested them and saying that you shouldn't be out. One person, I think, was surfing and they arrested him. So it's just a matter um, where they're gonna do this next in the U.S. And as you know, in Hawaii, it is part of the U.S. So this kind of thing is happening. So let me know. You guys are online right now. Um, are you guys experiencing any checkpoints where they're just like pops they're there and say that you can't be out? If you go out, they'll arrest you. Let me know on that. Looks Hawaii is confirmed on that and stuff. So let's see. Maria just said canceled my cruise to Hawaii this fall. Good thing. Yeah, yeah. Not a good idea right now. Good thing she's planting the garden, a small one. That's good. That's very good. Yeah, I advise definitely to plant these stuff. Ah, one person said, see, did you hear the story today where a nurse was found positive with the virus and she had two young children that took off to her to court? Heartbreaking. Yeah, that is pretty sad on that. Yeah, crazy stuff on there. So this is reality happening in Hawaii and probably may happen in the different parts of the world now because it's crazy happening here. So that's what's happening on there. Checkpoints on there. Yeah, not a good thing. Not a good thing. So as I'm looking on these things here, as the story goes up, the numbers going up, and people are just going crazy. I know people are getting anxious and they just don't want to be isolated. I had one person, believe it or not, that was going to fly out to China. I didn't think that was going to happen, but this person's ticket just was canceled. Well, I wonder why. I just whatever, man. Um, it's just interesting that some of these people. Um, let's see here. I'm getting the totals here again. Okay, nothing has really changed on there, but okay. So in the United States again, 124 confirmed. No, sorry, 124, 388 confirmed. 3,231 recovered. 2,227 deaths. So they're saying that deaths could be also caused by different complications on there. Let's see here. Now this app doesn't really tell you like in different states, which I don't like. Um, Brazil, 3,904 confirmed, six recovered, 111 deaths on there. Let's see, Chile is at 1,909 confirmed, 61 recovered, and six deaths. Argentina, 690 confirmed, 500, I'm sorry, 690 confirmed, 51 recovered, and 17 deaths on there. Wow. Costa Rica. Costa Rica is at 295 confirmed. Three of them recovered, two deaths on there. Going into Spain, you've got 73,235 confirmed, 12,285 recovered, which is really good. 5,982 deaths on there. United Kingdom right now is at which is Britain, 17,136 confirmed, 140 recovered, 1,028 deaths. Interesting. France is at 37,611 confirmed, 5,700 basically recovered, 2,317 deaths. And then Italy. Italy is at 92,472 confirmed, 12,384 recovered, 10,000 deaths on there. And then Greece is at 1,061 confirmed, 52 recovered, 32 deaths on there. Turkey's at 7,402, 70 recovered, 108 deaths on there. Iran's at 35,408 confirmed, 7,679 confirmed, 2,517 deaths. Wow. China again is at 81,394 confirmed, 7,971 recovered, 3,295 deaths. Speaking about China, okay, so according to my resources, they're saying that right now they've got it locked down, so they're recovering now. They're starting back their workers coming back to work and everything. But there's also rumors that there's a second wave of the virus happening, and I think I mentioned at the last broadcast on Wednesday about a different kind of virus that came out. It's called the Handu or something like that virus, was caused by rats. There was a couple cases on there, but I haven't heard anything recently on that. Want to go into South Korea. South Korea is at 9,583 confirmed, 5,033 recovered, 152 deaths. Now that's pretty good. I mean, for the totals on there for people being affected and people being recovered, and then 152 deaths. That's um, pretty good as far as the average and recovery wise and stuff like that. And then Japan's at 1,693 confirmed, 404 recovered, uh, 52 deaths on there. So, yeah, yeah, that's pretty high up there. Let's see if I can find something. Okay, just I don't see anything on my buddy's Guam. Okay, Taiwan, 283 confirmed, 330 confirmed, 2 deaths on there. Philippines, 1,075 confirmed, 35 recovered, 68 deaths on there. Malaysia, 2,320 confirmed, 320 recovered, 27 deaths on there. Indonesia, 1,155 confirmed, 59 recovered, and 102 deaths on there. Australia, 3,809 confirmed, 224 recovered, and 16 deaths on there. New Zealand, 476 confirmed, 56 recovered, and 1 death on there. Okay. Okay, so I want to go into Hawaii. Okay, it won't tell you what Hawaii is there. That's interesting. On this map won't tell you complete, but let me see if I can find it in details here for you. Okay. I guess because some parts of Hawaii is technically the U.S. on there, so don't know. We'll see on that. Some of the tests and stuff like that coming up is because things are still updating as we speak on there. So a lot of things are happening. Um, Hopefully things will be going down soon. Now they're hoping that by Easter these things would, they'll stop the lockdown and stuff, and people can go back. That's what they're hoping, but we'll see, right? We shall see. We shall see. Let's see, Brazil. I think I mentioned Brazil. There's 19 cases on Brazil, and then let's see, Peru. There's no. There's a number on there, but it's not telling me on there yet. Colombia. There's a case on Colombia. Let's see, where's this one here? I think I said that. Costa Rica. Races in Panama. Panama, interesting. 14 cases. So this is real time what you're seeing. This is actual numbers that are happening. I can't get all the numbers on the screens on there, so I apologize for that. Um, let's see here. I wanted to share what's going on in this one thing here. Also, they're mentioning that the because everybody's at home, the internet speed is very slow because everybody's online, and they're saying like things like Netflix, and people are chatting a lot with Zoom, and so the Wi-Fi, the bandwidth is really bad on there. And they're talking about, I guess, a lot of the streaming companies are going to downgrade on the quality on that. And so, some of you who do the streamings and stuff that you may not want to do it on a 4K or an HP, you want to probably downgrade so you can upload your videos on there. Oh yeah, there's so much going on. By the way, also the quarantine. When I read this morning, or I think on Friday, they're thinking about quarantine New York, but now I believe the president has backed off on there, so they're not gonna quarantine New York. That would suck, wouldn't it? So yeah, on some of the reports it says that in just 2 days the total is doubled. Yeah, that's what it looks like on there. Very crazy on that and stuff. So definitely, this is a time for us to actually re-examine our lives and basically trying to make new plans, new things to do for our own selves, you know. And also, I wanted to share. I forgot to mention on earthquakes and stuff that Oklahoma. Where was it? Oklahoma? No, that was in Texas. Minto, Texas, near El Paso. I think they had 7 more earthquakes on there. So there's some definitely a lot of stuff happening there in Texas. They're having a lot of earthquakes on there. It could be because of the fault line and things are happening. Oh, there was another. Also, there was a volcano that erupted in the island of one of the Indonesia volcanoes and stuff like that. There was another eruption happening on that. And then they were saying about the weather this weekend, including until the early of next week. There's a huge storm coming forth. A lot of earthquake. They call it the tornado outbreaks. There was a warning on there, especially in the Missouri. Where was it? Missouri and different places. There's some warnings of floods and huge storm happening. So just let you know. Okay. Yeah, there were some reports that I wanted to share with y'all. Okay. Again, you may want to download this Apple app. It tells you about that. So if you're concerned about your symptoms and stuff like that, you can look at that. But a lot of that stuff it just sounds like basically um, sounds like the flu. Sounds like the common cold that's happening. But I could be wrong, right? I'm getting reports right now on that. So okay, so the coronavirus says the patients of California, their beds are doubling, so they're trying to make more room on there. It says that there's 200 over the units. they rising up from 200 on Friday to 410 of basically trying to occupy space on there. Also, the Mexico now is asking people to stay at home. Well, actually, they're saying Mexico is asking their residents to stay at home for a month to slow the cases of the virus. Um, right now in Mexico, it says there was 848 confirmed. 848 confirmed on there, and I think I read the earlier that it was actually more. Like I said, these things are just kind of like popping up. So they've got a quarantine for a whole month. Crazy stuff, huh? Crazy stuff. So as we look into these things, I would say the best thing to do is definitely take care of yourself, be in health. Um, okay, yeah. Well, this one's not updated. It says 717 confirmed. I just read here it was 800 and something like that. See how things jump up and down on these things? It's crazy. It's crazy on this stuff. So it says also the Finland in the UK blocks roads to uh, Kelsey to curb the spread. So some places now that they're actually blocking off roads so that other people. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Canada. Now Canada, I think I spoke to somebody as of last week, and they blocked it off. That's what I forgot to tell you. So in the area of Canada, their only last that I spoke was last week. I think it was Friday or so. Um, or is it this week? I lost track on there. But I know Canada. If you're American, or if you're a resident, you can go to Canada. But then once you get there, you're at 2 weeks of quarantine on there. But also, uh, they're limited as far as basically they're limited as far as who goes in, who goes out, kind of thing. So they kind of put a roadblock on there. I don't know the situation now in Canada. I think it's gotten more strict on there. I know if you've got shipments going out there, they may let you in, but also they're stopping a lot of the shipments on there. So those who are into, I guess the e-commerce, selling stuff online like Amazon or whatever, you'll find that shipping things in different places have been a halt on there because of some of the trucking service now are not working, or a lot of the I guess they call it the roadblocks. Different places are shut down. So Canada, I believe, is one place where it's probably shut down or not. In fact, let me just double check as I speak on there. I know last time I checked was that they had a problem um, regarding the roadblocks and stuff. I've actually have a contact there in Canada, and it was telling me these things that you cannot go on there. So yeah, they're all saying cough and fever, difficult in breathing. By the way, the thing that they're saying about the virus is that making sure you drink a lot. So if you drink, making sure your mouth is moist. So if you're drinking, They said the virus, if it goes in your mouth, if your mouth is moist, it'll go into your stomach, and your stomach acid will kill it. So that's one thought on there. That's why they say that to keep your mouth really clean, and do an extra point in brushing and gargling. You may want to do with hydrogen peroxide, and gargle and stuff like that. So keep your hygiene very clean on there. Um, okay, here it is. The Canada says very response here letters. It says symptoms. They're just talking about symptoms on there, but I know as far as the borderline on there. Okay, so they're at level 3, avoiding on there. It says, yep. So we'll see. We'll see the things on there. So a lot of things have shut down on there. I'll find out more on this. So these things are updating. By the time I get off the air tonight, things will change as well. So I'm sure the numbers will either go up. Well, hopefully, I'm hoping that the numbers here would actually hold and go down on there. So that's why they're doing these things on there. So that's why you're seeing a whole bunch of different roadblocks and all this stuff happening on there. So I just hope everybody will be safe during this time. See, Marie's saying, be safe, prepare for the tribulation, but not the great tribulation. Jesus coming in 2027 for the bride. Well, if we're still here, I just pray that everybody be safe and help us to be protected on there. And I just pray for all you guys out there to be safe, be cautious, but be safe, but watch yourself. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so Allah Pete, Allah Petite Silver says the entire Napa Valley has only 9 confirmed cases of death. So that's good. Napa Valley. So Napa Valley is actually near some the wine country, Sonoma, and so forth. So there's 9 confirmed. Interesting. Interesting on that part. Oh, okay. So young Putty says that Bermuda has 22 confirmed cases. 22. Interesting. Thanks for letting me know on that, by the way. All right. So I guess we're gonna sign off pretty soon. Just to be safe, everybody, and may God be with you guys and protect you guys. Be safe, and if you're gonna wear a mask, wear a mask. Um, Gloves, if you want. Do what you can to be safe, and watch yourself. And thanks for tuning in tonight. By the way, I'm sorry it's late on there, and I'll keep you posted for more things to come. And you know, all I can say is watch yourself. All right, you take care. God bless you guys.